That's in Atlanta. The huge breaks. Yeah. So we chat. And yeah, yeah. Oh my gosh, why am I spacing on this? It's Lloyd. Isn't going to help you out.
Right?
Very much.
It looked like it was working.
If you can please find your seats, we'd love to start.
8 years.
On behalf of Chabad, it is my absolute honor to welcome you all to the official grand opening of the Mel Meister Chabad Lounge. To our distinguished guests, Mayor Mendenhall, President Randall, members of the administration, benefactors, and dear students and friends. Thank you for being here with us for this milestone moment as we launch the first ever Jewish space at the University of Utah. Your presence is not just appreciated, it's deeply meaningful. Today, we open more than a lounge. We open a home, a space where Jewish students can come together, not only to relax and recharge, but to connect with their heritage, with one another, and with a greater sense of purpose. This lounge is the result of many dreams, many prayers, and many hours of hard work, and yet it is just the beginning. Our vision is clear. We look forward to the day when this temporary space will give way to a permanent home on campus, one that reflects the vibrancy and pride of Jewish life here at the University of Utah. A place open to all, grounded in warmth, joy, and authenticity. Because in today's world, perhaps more than ever, it is essential that every Jewish student knows they belong, that they are safe, that they are seen, and that there is a place they can always call home. This lounge is not just a gift to the students of today, but a promise to the students of tomorrow, that wherever they are on their Jewish journey, there will be a place for them right here. We are deeply grateful to the individuals and families whose generosity and vision made this possible. And to the students who are the soul of this lounge, you inspire us every single day. As we cut the ribbon today, we are not just opening doors, we are opening hearts, minds, and futures. Today, we celebrate new beginnings, yet it's only fitting to honor those who laid the foundation for everything we're creating. I would like to introduce someone who means a great deal to me personally, but who has been a guiding light to our entire community, my dear father, Rabbi Benny Zippel. 34 years ago, my parents founded Chabad of Utah, planting the seeds for everything we're celebrating today. My father was instrumental in the founding of Chabad at the U, and his constant guidance, both to our family and to this community, continues to shape our vision. He has taught us what it means to truly love every Jew and to serve with warmth, humility, and purpose. Please join me in welcoming Rabbi Benny Zippel.
Good evening, everyone. I'll tell you how much it means to see my little Sarla. Just a few years ago was crawling around in our home. Now she's the whole co-director of Chabad at the University of Utah. Good evening, everyone. I would like to personally acknowledge the presence of President Taylor Randall and Mrs. Randall and the Honorable Mayor of our city, Mayor Mendenhall. It's an honor and a privilege to have you here with us tonight. Thank you for being here. I would like to share with you a letter that was written and composed by the Rebbe in 1989, 5749, to the participants in the dedication of a new Chabad house in Binghamton, New York. And I quote in the Rebbe's words, "Greeting and blessings. I was pleased to receive the good news of the forthcoming dedication of the new Chabad house in your community. May God grant that it should be blessed with atzlacha, with success. It is significant that this milestone event is taking place in the auspicious month of Elul, the last month of the outgoing year, which is a time of preparedness for Rosh Hashanah, for the Jewish New Year, and the entire New Year. Historically, the month of Elul dates back to the third ascent of Moses, of Moshe Rabbeinu on Mount Sinai, on Rosh Chodesh Elul, on the first of Elul, for yet another 40 days, returning with the second tablets, stone tablets in grace, the Ten Commandments, on the 10th day of Tishrei, the very first Yom Kippur. In connection with that occasion, this period was designated by Hashem, by God, is a time of special divine grace and mercy. It is therefore a special zechut, a special merit, to have a share in the dedication of the new Chabad house and be an active partner in its dedicated activities and programs for the advancement of Yiddishkeit, of Judaism, authentic Judaism, Torah, mitzvot, of all our fellow Jews in Binghamton and its environment. With prayerful wishes for its success in all above, and for a good, sweet year, both materially and spiritually, with blessing, the Rebbe's signature. My friends, when Sharon and I moved to Salt Lake City 33 years ago, in 1992, I never thought about having a presence with a full-time rabbi and rebbetzin like Rabbi Moshe and Sarla, who truly deserve all the credit for today's event, together with, of course, our great sponsor, Mel Meister, who's here with us this evening. They really deserve the credit for tonight's event. In an audience with a Jew who was rather unhappy about his achievements, who came to seek counsel from the Rebbe, my mentor, the Rebbe told him that in order to transform our lives into a perfect circle, the only way to draw a perfect circle, you cannot do it by freehand. There's a tool you must use. And that tool, the Rebbe explained, is called a compass. A compass is a writing instrument that has another leg attached to it with a needle at its end. And the purpose of the needle is to create a center around which everything evolves. The center for a life of a Jew is each and every one of us, our own individual relationship with an eternal, omnipotent God. And this, Rabbi Moshe and Sarah, that you're opening tonight, together with all of us friends over here, is a place where truly every single Jewish student at the University of Utah can find his or her place in really discovering their inner center and allow the lives to evolve upon. I would like to wish all of you tremendous success. In Jewish law, in the Talmud, we are told that the body goes according to the head. The most important part of the body is the head. The most important person at the University of Utah, after the students, of course, is its honorable president. It's a tremendous honor and a privilege to have here with us University of Utah President Taylor Randall. President Randall, I'd like to thank you for being here tonight and ask you to share a few remarks in occasion of this great opening.
I said, well, when I be here, to just share my deep felt thoughts and frankly feelings at this moment. Sarla, thanks for an energetic introduction. What a remarkable legacy. An event like this is remarkably significant for a university. And the reason is it brings to a university a depth that doesn't exist. We actually don't welcome individuals. And I am just absolutely thrilled that the Jewish community has rallied around this. And Adam, thank you so much for this stunning investment. More than anything, I realize as I talk to students that they actually need more than an intellectual experience. They actually need an experience that they actually feel their faith, that they feel welcome, that they actually know and they know God, and they know where that they can actually begin to rely on Him for what they need in the difficult moments of life. And I know I probably don't sound much like an intellectual president today, but these moments of faith mean a lot to our campus because I think they build its soul. And part of what we have to do together is build the collective soul of a campus so that when there are moments of difficulty, when there are moments of trial, right, we come together and we think good of each other first, and we dialogue and we figure out ways that we build community together. And I just want to say thank you, all of you, for making this happen. The many, many years of dedication that have culminated, at least in this campus, for making this moment possible. So thank you very, very, very much.
Thank you, President Randall, for your meaningful words, and even more so, for your steadfast support of Jewish life here at the University of Utah. Your leadership and partnership have helped create a campus environment where students feel seen, valued, and supported. We're truly grateful for your continued commitment to making this university a place where all can thrive. It's now my great pleasure to welcome another distinguished guest, someone whose leadership reaches far beyond these campus walls. Please join me in welcoming the Mayor of Salt Lake City, Mayor Aaron Mendenhall, whose presence here today is a strong reminder that community, inclusion, and unity are values that extend throughout our city. Rabbi, your daughter has the energy of someone who can bring people together, thousands and beyond. So I'm just so pleased to feel the energy of your family so alive and well and now anchored on campus with her husband, Rabbi Mushi. It's so wonderful to have you here. I was a student on the University of Utah campus, probably longer than I'm proud to admit. Thank you, University, for letting me continue to get 2 degrees with you. But even as a Utahn, I grew up in Sandy. I'd been to the campus several times, loved going to football games whenever I had the privilege of being invited by another family. This was still a huge campus to land on. There are more than 30,000 total students, a number now which I am excited both as the mayor, as an alumni, and as a resident that President Randall is growing here at the University of Utah. But every fall, right around this time, 6,000 new students come to the University of Utah. 6,000 students who don't have a basis of community, even the one that I was fortunate enough to come here as a freshman with, still feeling sort of lost. This now is a place that students, new students who've been here for some time, who maybe have been searching for a community of their own, can call home in a spiritual sense, can call home as a student with colleagues and friends, and who can find that anchor that, as President Randall said, makes sometimes all of the difference in one's experience, especially as a young person getting your education. For a mayor, I want to say that this also creates a central spot, a depth of community that invites those 6,000 new students every year to consider calling Salt Lake City home. And with the Chabad community, more broadly speaking, we know that there's space to grow, there's community to grow into, and there's not only literally generations of support here in this family, but generations of support in the community more broadly. I'm grateful for you as my friends. I'm grateful for all of your patience with me as I don't speak Yiddish and I'm really bad at certain names. Please keep teaching me. What I want you to know most of all, if you forget everything I've said, that Salt Lake City is better because you are here. You belong here. I love you here. And keep teaching. Keep teaching us. Keep teaching us ways that we can learn, understand, and love each other more in the community. We need it more than ever. So thank you, and I'll hand this powerful mic back to Sarah.
Thank you very much. Good evening, everyone. Thanks, everyone, for coming to this grand opening of, as my wife Starla said before, Mel Meister Chabad Jewish Lounge, the Jewish Learning and Life on campus. First and foremost, I'd like to thank our very special guests, Mayor Mendenhall, President Randall, and Mrs. Randall, for being here tonight. I think that when you come to an event like this, it shows us how the university and the city in general, they're always supporting the Jewish community, always supporting the faith over here together and living together as one. 2 years ago, my wife and I, Carolyn, together with my dear son, Mendel, who right at home before, we started Chabad on campus at the University of Utah. We came over here for a few, jobs, a few rabbi tasks. As being a rabbi, we don't have only one task, we have many of them. One of them was the University of Utah. I remember my father-in-law, Rabbi Benyon, my mother-in-law, Sharon, told us there's a university with over 30,000 students around 15 minutes away from Chabad, which Chabad is 11th, 17th South.
Go look there if there are any Jews. Rabbi has been there before. He knows, of course, there were some Jewish students. Maybe there are more than I expected. But okay, no problem. I took a tablecloth and made says Chabad at the University of Utah. Went tabling at the university, of course, asked the permission for the union. And the first time I tabled, I found a few Jewish students. One of them, her name is Dalia, which unfortunately she couldn't be here today with us. But she's been part of the university. She graduated already. She's been part of the Chabad since day one of Chabad. Seriously, day one of Chabad. And she comes over to me and asks, "Are you a rabbi?" I said, "Yes." Maybe I don't look like one, but yes, I'm a rabbi. I said, "Are you at the University of Utah?" I said, "Yes, we're just starting now. Actually, today we're launching the Chabad University of Utah." She was very excited about it. She started asking questions, serious questions, searching her heritage. She's from California originally, grew up in a Jewish family, of course, but not so religious, so she didn't know much. And that led her to come to classes, that led her to come to events. We went together to New York, the trip that we go to with over 2,000 Jewish students from around the world in November. And today, Dalia is a proud Jew that learns every week her heritage. And she always, when she sees my wife or she sees myself, she always thanks. And that changed her life of being more connected to her heritage. So that's what this lounge is all about. It's not only the walls, it's not only a physical space, it's way more than that. It's a space where the Jewish students could be themselves, could serve, to do the traditions of the Jewish traditions, to call home away from home. While other universities, the Jewish life, many of them, it's not so easy. I have many rabbis, friends are rabbis at other universities. And I tell them how the president's always supporting us, and faculty always supporting us, and many Jewish students coming to events. And they always say how lucky you are. You are so lucky to have such a good university to be part of. We started with, I remember the first event, we had around 7 students coming to our house. Right now, thank God, after a little over 2 years, we have over 50 Jewish students coming to Shabbat dinners. We had 80 Jewish students coming to the barbecue that we make in the beginning of the semester. Many classes happening and many things that happens at the Chabad that gives a home away from home to the Jewish students. Over 130 Jewish students part of this beautiful community of Chabad. So, as the Rebbe, my father-in-law spoke about the Rebbe, Rabbi Menachem Mendel Schneerson, he was the rabbi that had a vision of bringing Judaism to every single place. No matter how strong the Jewish community is, there's Chabad in China, in Japan, in Brazil, where I'm from, anywhere you're going to find Chabad. And 33 years ago, my father-in-law came over here to Utah, and the vision that the Rebbe always had, and mother-in-law, of course, and my brother-in-law too, came with you. So the Rebbe's vision was that a little bit of light takes away a lot of darkness. So instead of fighting darkness with a stick, fighting darkness with your hands, with your words, with anything else, just fight darkness with the light. A little bit of light takes away a lot of darkness. So as we had once a meeting with the president, and we were talking about religion, as the President Randall spoke about the importance of religion on campus. And as I share what the Rebbe always shared in his talks, how this lounge is more than to tell the students, Jewish students, that they belong. It's way more than that. It's to tell the Jewish students that they matter. That without them, we're not complete. We're a puzzle. Not only Jewish students, in general. All of us as human beings are a puzzle. And if you don't do your part, you're going to be missing you, and we're not going to complete the puzzle. If you have 1,000 pieces in a puzzle and you have only 999, missing one, you didn't complete the puzzle. So if you don't do your part, being part of the community, bringing more students, and just being a proud Jew, proud of your heritage and faith, we need you to do that in order to complete the puzzle. Because we're opening this lounge in the month of Elul, which is the last month of the Jewish calendar. So in about 20 days, it's going to be the New Year's for the Jewish people. It's called Rosh Hashanah. So the Rabbi actually it says in the code of the Jewish law, and the Rabbi emphasized to blow the shofar in the last month of the year. The shofar is, if you don't know, I'm going to show it to you. I'm going to blow it right now. It reminds us of returning to God and doing, thinking about our lives in the same way as in a business. You close a business for a day or two to rethink how to do better. So us too, you should do that. Stop a little bit, once a day, once a month, once a year, to stop and see how we can get better at connection to our God, connection to our people, and just being more involved. So I'll blow the shofar. If you can stand up, please rise, and after that we continue. Thanks. Woo! This is the shofar. If you've never seen before, first time. Thank you for being here. Thank you for hearing the shofar. I would like to take this opportunity to thank again my father-in-law and my mother-in-law that guided us, like my wife Sarah said before, and just built this beautiful Jewish community in Utah. Remember, before I moved there, everyone was asking me, "What are you going to do in Utah as a rabbi?" With all the respect, we love Utah as a state, but I don't know if you're going to have many Jews over there. I said, I don't know either. I'm going to go and see, and thank God. There's many things going on. One-on-one learning, putting up mezuzahs, and doing many things for the community, Jewish community, and community in general. And finally, as it says in the Torah, Acharon Chaviv, the last but not the least, actually the most important one, I'd like to thank the Meister family, and especially Anna Meister, for donating the funds for the beautiful, yet small but mighty, as I tell the students, lounge that, as he says all the time, is only the beginning. We're going to do even bigger, we're going to go even stronger, get more Jewish students to come to the U. And I'm sure, Adam, that your father, Mel Lev, is up there in heaven, smiling, the biggest smile that a person could ever have, and telling you, you did a good job, keep doing it. And everyone is very proud of you. Thank you very much. And please share your remarks.
Thank you. Thank you, everyone. Everyone knows I got a lot of energy, baby. And I am pumped to be here today. And it is truly an honor to be with such dignitaries. The mayor, president, the great rabbis of Utah are here. Oh my. Even Jeremy's here. Oh my. This is going to be incredible. Thank you. And hello, Baltimore. Hello back there. I know you guys are so proud, thinking of my dad and everything. And I'm going to explain what this is all about here. This is huge. Can you feel the energy here? It is huge. And it is just the beginning of a dream come true that all of you could be a part of. And you can contribute in a lot of different ways here, okay? There are a lot of Chabad on campuses across the United States. Very few have a physical location. Now we have a physical location. This puts University of Utah above so many universities. This is also huge because this is an expansion of the Utah community, of the Utah Jewish community is expanding right here. I mean, we're seeing it before doubling. I mean, who knows? And it's raising awareness for Jews nationwide of the glorious Mountain West region of Salt Lake City and of the University of Utah, okay? Back on the East Coast, you guys are saying, Utah, Adam, what is going on here? No, now you know. And this is going to be part of the spark. Okay, I am doing my part here to make sure that East Coasters will consider University of Utah one of the elite schools in the United States, a safe place for everyone to come to, okay? Okay, this man is the president's great. I'm going to work with the president. I can't wait with the mayor, with the admissions head at Marfield. I can't wait. We're going to stay in communication after this, okay? But I first got here in 2020, and I was staying a cottage for my grandmother, Esther Fox, of blessed memory. And I knew I had to say at least once a week, and it was during the virus. And I had planned to come to Utah for a while. I hadn't planned to visit the Chabad, but now I had to do my duty for my grandmother. And I met the Zippels, I met the rabbis, and it was hard to get a minyan then. It was during a sukkahs and everything, but we did it. And that little meeting sparked so much. So you have to remember, anytime you go to Chabad and meet one of these rabbis, or just meet anyone, that it can be the beginning of something huge. That little meeting has turned into this. And, you know, a year ago, Moshe and I were talking about this idea. I mean, I really liked, we really got along as soon as he moved here 2 years ago. And, we would talk about all sorts of things, Bitcoin and Brazil. And it's just one thing led to another. And I wanted to do something special here for the Mountain West region, for Salt Lake City, for the Jewish people. And we just said, we got to find a place. We're going to rent the place first. We're going to have a Chabad on campus. This is going to bring it up a level. It took a year, but we did. We found the place, and it shows you that dreams can become reality. And I believe in outside the box, innovative partnerships. So if you guys got ideas out there with Salt Lake City, Mountain West, Utah, University of Utah, bring them to me. I am up for anything. I can talk about anything. I'm an entrepreneur here. I love. Hey, they got a great entrepreneur school here too. If you want to go. Hey, now let me just tell you about my dad real quick, because this is named after my dad, Mel Meister, of blessed memory. When I think of Mel Meister, I think of these words. These words come to mind: grandfather, father, husband, learning, education, Jewish tradition, Jewish pride. Okay, my mother says, my mother's watching this right now, Mel valued his family more than anything. And what he wanted was for them to be healthy and happy. He wanted to provide them with the best education. He wanted them to be proud that they were Jewish and that their success was his success. So this is my success. I'm proud of being Jewish. I'm doing my dad's pride here. And he was into education. And let's talk about what's college all about here. In college, we value using our minds. We value learning. This is the Meister way. This is the Meister way, using your mind. And this will help spread that to so many people, that it's not about brute force. It's some things, but no, this university, your mind, okay? College is supposed to be about ideas and dreams and making them a reality with the power of the mind. Kids are idealists, and they want to be part of changing, of movements of change that have big dreams. And that's me. That is this dream. Join us here, okay, in this huge unconventional dream. Learning and ideas and innovation and growth and exploration and curiosity and positive vibes. That is what I'm going to bring to University of Utah, to Salt Lake City, to Chabad on campus. Proud Jewish traditions also. Back east, there are so many these bad signs that are involving colleges, all these controversies. And guess what? Here, none of that. Here, certain parents are, freaked out by what's going on the East Coast colleges. This is positive. I only want the positive. And we got the positive vibes flowing here in Salt Lake City. This is a great sign. I have big dreams for this region. This school, this city, aims high to be the best. And my Mountain West dream, this Chabad on campus, is a spark that will help alert Jews all over the USA that this region is the place to be. It's a safe region for Jews and region for Jews. It's friendly, open, accepting city of Salt Lake City, of Utah, of University of Utah. Jews should move out here to Salt Lake City, to Utah, to the Mountain West. Be pioneers, be halutzim, okay? Leave your father's East Coast house, like I did. Lech lecha. That was my bar mitzvah parashat, okay? And that was always my favorite parashat, even when I was a little kid. And it's all about leaving your father's house to get to the promised land, okay? And so I'm telling you, I am sharing to you, a lot of you out there that are from Utah, they're like, don't tell our secret to the world. Don't tell the world that Utah is the best state. No, I'm telling the world that Utah is the best state, and that this is going to be the best college, and this is the best big city in the United States of America. Okay, so with all that in mind, this is going to be center of Jewish life in the Mountain West. It was created by the Zippels. Okay, this is the center of it. Let's grow it. Let's grow the bottom campus. Let's grow the University of Utah. For the honor of Mel Meister, let's grow the state of Utah, Salt Lake City. Let's do it together. And I'm an entrepreneurial, hands-on guy, and I'm going to help guide this movement. But I need your input. Please share with me, email me, contact me, etc. And finally, be a part of the spark. This is only the beginning.
South Florida.
Passion. The mountains. That's why the kids come. My kids left. Never to return.
Okay.
Now
And I left Florida never to return there.
Yeah. My
Thank you, Adam.
I have grandchildren.
And even more
older
so,
than
for your
you.
generosity in making this beautiful lounge possible.
But
Your
yeah,
vision
my
and
kids
support
left,
have created a space that will impact lives for years to come.
but it wasn't a Jewish
And of course,
community
as
like it
incredible
is
as this
today.
lounge
I mean,
is,
even,
we promise
like,
you're
I'm
going
a
to see it
senior
in just a
now,
minute.
when I first
It's
came
not
here,
about the
that's-
space itself. It's about the people it's meant
The
for.
last 4 years.
This lounge is for the students. It's their home, their hangout, their hub for connection, community, and growth. So it's only fitting that we now hear from one of our very own. Please join me in welcoming someone who represents the spirit of this lounge and the heart of our student community, our Chabad board president, Henry Raid.
I want to say thank you to everyone for coming out, and I don't know how to beat this stage. But I want to go back 2 years when I was a sophomore here at the U. Coming from Los Angeles, being a very Jewish area, I didn't really have a home. I didn't have friends and family which were Jewish, just like me. So one day I called the rabbi, and the rabbi said, "Yeah, of course, come over, meet everyone." And from that point on, I felt like I met my family and some of my best friends here. And since then, we've grown so much to see this many people come out. Not only that, but have our own quad house right across the University of Utah is amazing to see that growth. And to see, as a student dealing with stress, school, tests, everything that comes with the stress of school, to be able to just walk across the street and find friends and family and just rest and pray and do everything that Jews do is truly amazing. I say thank you to everyone here for showing up. And thank you to the Jewish family here in Utah. And I'm very excited for you guys to see this. Thank you.
Thank you, Henry, for all you do for us and the example you set for all of our students. Before I invite you to join us across the street for the affixing of the mezuzah and the official ribbon cutting, I want to conclude by highlighting one message.